Let us talk centroids. So what is a centroid? Well, if you have an area, an object with an area, a centroid is the point on that object where half the area is on one side and half the area is on the other side. So if I, in theory, draw a line through the centroid, half the area should be there, half the area should be there. If I draw another line through the centroid, if I've got the right centroid, half the area should be here, half the area should be here. So if I draw a centroid here, half the area will be there, half the area will be there. So centroids actually have lots of applications in engineering. We use them for working out things like the neutral axis of a beam, for working out stress calculations. We use them for working out the average pressure location on like a door on a hydro dam. And we also, on flat sheet, we also use it for working out centre of mass. So what we actually do, we know the centroids for some basic figures. So if we have a rectangle, just a standard everyday rectangle, it's going to have a base and a height. The centroid for the rectangle along the x-axis is going to be half times the base. And the height is going to be half times the height. So for a rectangle, you just draw it in there, halfway out. If you've got a ruler, you can either bisect it or you can draw a line from the corners. You'll get the same answer. So for a rectangle, basically it's halfway along, halfway up. Another common shape that we will use when we're doing this centroids is the triangle. And we'll try and break everything up into triangles and rectangles if we can. So if we can, what we do is we look at the, especially for a right angle triangle, we break it up into right angles if we can. It's going to be base, height, centroid is going to be 1/3 the base, along the base, and it's also going to be 1/3 up, 2/3. So we can go dot, 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 dot. And so the centroid of a triangle is 1/3 of the way up, 1/3 of the way along. We're going to use a sort of centre of mass symbol to show where the centroid is. Oh, and the other common shape that we do centroids of all the time is a circle. Pretend it's a circle. Now the thing about a circle is that circumference is always the same centre from the point. So the centroid is going to be right smack in the middle of the circle. So we can say it's half the radius along and half the radius up. And there are plenty of other shapes that we can look up, like what's the centroid of a half circle or a quarter circle or a sixth circle, what's the centroid of a pentagram or a trapezium or a kite. So, but the thing is, usually for more complicated figures, we either make them up out of rectangles, triangles and circles, or we'll look them up in a reference text. So the three that you do have to remember for this course are rectangles and squares, triangles, circles. So next one, we'll start dealing with the general approach for determining or working out centroids of more complex shapes.